Hi everyone, it's Jen, and this is the clues and reviews section. So, what I am going to do is actually hide my clues from myself like this. And I hope that you will do the same and that you will try to do this review section without watching these instructions first. And then you can go back and see if you got everything right. So go ahead and pause the video and try to do this review section without the clues first. And then if you need a clue, go ahead and peek, woo, like that. And then come back and see if you got it all right. Okay, I've already named my file, so I have my name on here and I've changed text to letter. I'm going to turn on my non-printing characters by clicking on the non-printing characters button in the paragraph group here. And the first thing I'm going to do is select all. So I remember that I can use Control plus A to select everything. Or I could click and drag to select, but Control A is fast. And I want to make all this Calibri, so I'm too lazy to scroll in this list here. So I'm going to go ahead and start typing in CAL, and it gives me the correct font. So I'm going to press Enter, and it's already size 12, so yay, I don't have to do anything for that. Now it says delete the extra many on the second line. Okay, here's my second line. I'm going to right click on the word many and click delete repeated word. Now it wants me to correct the spelling of these three words. So let's see, I've got catalog, I've got necessary, and website. All right, done with those. I'm going to scroll down. Now it says, okay, change the word check out to browse because it sounds more professional and formal. All right, I found the words check out. I'm going to select them and I'm going to type in browse. I don't even have to type delete or hit the delete or backspace key. I can just type right over it. The next step says change we carry all the books to we have in stock because this is repetitive wording. Let's see. We carry all the books that you requested. We carry many more. I see. That is repetitive. Okay. So I'm going to change to we have in stock. I'm going to double click on this word to select it, and I'm going to type in have in stock. All right, did that one. Now change the enclosures in CC lines to font size 10. Okay, it looks like I gotta scroll down to find those. Okay. Oh, and one went on to my next page. Well, I guess we'll fix that later. I'm going to go ahead and select those two and make that size 10. All right. Ooh, it popped up onto my next page. Perfect. And I'm going to save. I haven't saved in a while. You could click here on save or do Control S. Let's see. What's the next part? Ooh, I get to be a sales executive. So I'm going to change the sales executive name. I'm going to go ahead and select it like that by clicking on the side, and I'm going to change it to myself. And I used to have a student who would love to give himself promotions whenever we did these simulations. It's kind of a positive thing. So if you'd like to make yourself a senior sales executive or some other amazing job title, go right ahead. This is just a simulation. All right, and then we have to go and remove paragraph spacing in the inside address between your name and title. All right, so we've got our name and title, and we have an address up above. So let's do this one first. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select my name here. Oops, let's see. That's a little tricky because when I select it, I would think that there's paragraph spacing there, but there isn't. So how is this space attached? I'm going to go ahead and play around with this. Let's see. Oh, there's the space. The space is attached above the senior sales executive right here. That's tricky. So I'm going to go to my line and paragraph spacing here and do remove space before paragraph. And see what that did? It collected my name and smushed them together by removing the paragraph spacing. I'm going to save again. Now it wants me to remove the spacing also in the inside address, which is up at the top here. So this is called the inside address, and it is the address for the recipient or the person that is going to receive the letter. Now, this is a little tricky because remember that I want to remove the space between these lines so the address is all smushed together. So if I select all of these, it's going to smush Berkeley up to my greeting line, which I don't want. So I want to leave some space in there. So I just want to select these first 4 lines, and then I'm going to go up to my paragraph and line spacing and do remove space after paragraph, and they're nice and smushed together. Oh, that's so much better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save. And while you're here, you might want to go ahead and do some updates here. For example, you may notice that the date is incorrect. So I'm going to go ahead and select the date, and I'm going to, let's see, for me, it is the 21st, and it is 2020. And I'm going to also uh, scroll down and see what else it has here. It says that it's the 2019 catalog. Well, now it's 2020, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that too. Let's see. And 2020. And let's see, it mentions it also in this letter. So oftentimes you're going to go and work your way through the letter and find any issues. Let's say this was the wrong phone number. Maybe you are at extension at 18 in the office and you're at extension 16. So you could go ahead and fix that. Um, you'd want to make all these edits. If these are making you nervous here because you have some red squiggly lines, you can adjust those too. Now, I know that Pancho is spelled correctly, so I'm going to right click and say ignore all. And again, here we have another name, Lakshmi Takran, and even though uh, this is a common name in India, it's not in our spell check, just like my last name isn't in the spell check. So we can right click and say ignore all, and then notice that it ignored the second instance as well. And if it has it on your name, you could go ahead and also do ignore all and save. And now it's looking a lot better. All right, ready to get to the new skills. See you in the next video.